Hello, ladies, and welcome back to Women Thriving in Purpose, a January journey. If this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is Letitia Iona. I'm a faith-based women's life coach, and I teach women how to thrive, not just survive, in the midst of life's challenges. So before we get started, I want to encourage you to like this video, share it with a lady who you think would benefit and be encouraged by these videos, and make sure you subscribe. Come on. I don't want you to miss a video, so go ahead and subscribe. So we've been talking about surviving and thriving, and I'm just going to pose the same question. Do you think that you are surviving, or do you think that you are thriving? So I want you to take a moment and really think about where you are. If you are in an abusive relationship, most likely you are surviving. But if you're on your way out, or maybe you're on the other side, you may be surviving in a different way. It may not be because of your abusive marriage and relationship that you're now out of. It may be another area of your life. So I just want you to think about it. So I am being really transparent today. As I was thinking about this topic, there were some things in my mind that were heavy on my spirit. And I knew it had to do with my finances. You've been there, or maybe you're about to be there. But when I left my marriage and went through a divorce, the expenses, so many expenses, you go from things that you weren't paying before to huge things that you're paying for. And just as the person that I am, the woman that I am, being a single mom, I just kept going. And that's how I ended up in survival mode. And I knew that there was something that wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be, but I just didn't take the time to look at it. I was just overwhelmed with moving and getting on with our lives. And on top of that, there are very specific and intentional things that I built in my life, even in the midst of my difficult marriage, that I have maintained. And they have been the things that have sustained me. And they are the things that continue to sustain me. So self-care takes time. Self-care takes money. Self-care takes energy, and it takes a plan, and just really knowing that you need that, especially through emotional turmoil. And so I really poured into myself. I really poured into my daughter. I really poured into my home and the things that we needed to enjoy life. And I was ignoring my finances. And so I want to talk about the danger of prolonged survival mode. When you survive for months or even years in survival mode, not paying attention to certain things in your life, you start treading water, which was what we've talked about. You're treading water, you're in the middle of the ocean, you're paddling, you don't know which way to go, you don't see land. What do? And when you're in survival mode, you don't even know that you're there. You don't even know what kind of help that you need. A lot of times your eyes are a little blurry because you've just gone through some stuff, right? You've just gone through some stuff and you're just trying to recover from that. I knew that I wasn't making it month to month, but I just thought that eventually things would just catch up. And then this past weekend, the Holy Spirit said, you really need to look at some things. You really need to pay attention and open your eyes and deal with some things. And so I did. I came home, sat down at my computer, got on ChatGPT and told it everything. And it was amazing because the system was able to pick apart everything that I was saying and gave me a clear picture of what has been going on for the past year. Let me tell you, I felt an immediate lightness after those 3 hours that I sat down. Just like the burden was just lifted, just like that. And I realized in the midst of those 3 hours, oh my goodness, I'm surviving. I've been surviving for the past year. But when I started plugging in numbers and looking at my finances and looking at what's happening in the next 6 months, what I want to happen in the next 3 months, everything changed. And I didn't feel like I was just paddling anymore. I now had a clear plan. I had safeguards to get me where I needed to go. Thriving doesn't mean that life is perfect. No, my finances are not perfect. It's been like 48 hours. They're not perfect, but now I have a plan. Now I'm taking steps forward that aren't just like, I hope this works out. I hope things finally catch up and work themselves out. No, I now know the steps that it's going to take to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish in 2026. And the same principle applies to every area of your life. Maybe it's not your finances. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's the job you meaninglessly go to every day that is draining you and not providing your needs. Maybe it's that relationship that is no longer serving you. Maybe it's that part of you that is so emotionally damaged, so mentally exhausted, that you're not even looking at things in the right light. You cannot thrive until you actually see where you are, where you want to go, and the obstacles that are standing in the way. Now, that may be talking to a trusted friend, a mentor, a counselor, somebody that you can trust in your life, or even like me, ChatGPT. The first step is awareness. In any issue of life, you first have to be aware of the problem. Survival keeps you afloat, but thriving finally gets you to the shore and you're actually moving in the right direction. So today I want to challenge you. Just like I've challenged myself, ask yourself, where are you surviving right now? What area of your life are you surviving right now? And I just want to add, if you're surviving in one area and at some point it falls apart, it's going to affect all the other areas in your life, guaranteed. So you want to really hone in on that particular area. Then I want to ask you, what area of your life are you just avoiding? You just don't want to deal with it. You know that it's over there. You know it ain't right, but you just don't want to face it. So today, this week, take one step to start picking apart that area of your life where you feel like you're just surviving. I want you to get honest with yourself. I want you to get transparent and vulnerable with somebody else and let them know. You can't ask for help if you don't know what you need help for. Survival mode is just for a season, and it is very noble, and women do it very well. But thriving is intentional, and it truly gets you where you want to go. I want you to start today. I want you to start very small, but I want you to start with awareness. I want you to start with planning. I want you to start with action. And remember, God will be with you every step of the way. If this video encouraged you, please hit that like button, share this video with a lady who needs some encouragement, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video. Until next time, bye.